I have proposed on this channel numerous times that we need to re-examine our definitions of fitness. Too many people will focus on only one or two aspects of fitness when training. This comes from a lack of knowledge, a desire to be the best in a specific domain, or a tribalism that keeps them wed to a single system. But simply being able to squat and deadlift huge amounts of weight is not fitness, nor is it the be-all and end-all of leg strength. How about single leg strength? How about rotation? After a certain point, adding more and more weight causes more issues in other aspects of your fitness. Just as there is more to strength than squatting, strength itself is not the ultimate expression of fitness and performance. Many others equate fitness to cardiovascular endurance. Fit to them means being able to run long distances without throwing up. They lose mass and size, they lose the ability to move explosively, and they miss out on opportunities to explore the full range of motion their bodies are capable of. Again, I want to reiterate here that this makes sense if you're an endurance athlete, if that's your career, but for the rest of us, focusing on just one single area of fitness like this just doesn't make sense. You might laugh at the person who learns to juggle to supplement their fitness training. When will they ever need that kind of hand-eye coordination? Well, they won't, until they do. And they're no less likely to need that skill than they are to be able to squat 250 kilograms. What about quick decision making and general cognitive performance? The athlete who wins a contest is rarely the one who is strongest or fastest or most endurant. More important is how they are able to apply those traits on the day by remaining focused, motivated and calm. How about bringing all of that together into one beautiful ensemble? A symphony of strength, agility, quickness, decision making and explosive power. It's that kind of beautiful communication with the environment that wins fights, stuns crowds and even saves lives. When you can react quickly, think strategically, dodge gracefully and strike with power and precision, when you can do all that repeatedly with no sign of fatigue, that is when you're performing at your best. That's the kind of total body and mind fitness that can really impact your life in a positive way. Imagine being just a bit stronger, a bit more energetic, a bit sharper, all at the same time. So that's the objective. The next question is, what are these different aspects that we need to train? How do we define them? I've compiled a list of what I believe to be the pillars of fitness and performance. This is by no means a comprehensive list, but rather just a starting point and hopefully the start of a conversation. These are the basics that I think everyone should consider training. Strength. Strength is the ability to exert force on the environment. This could be to move an object, to move yourself, to break an object apart, or to prevent movement. Strength can further be broken down into subtypes. Max strength is the peak output you're capable of exerting, often measured by your 1 rep maxes. Explosiveness is the amount of strength you can exert quickly, also known as rate of force production. Explosiveness makes for powerful punches and explosive vertical jumps. To be useful, strength should be accessible on any vector. It's not just enough to be strong in a constrained movement pattern like the squat or the deadlift. Rather, you should be strong when pushing horizontally from an upright stance, strong in the transverse plane, and strong in unbalanced unilateral movements. This is how the real world demands us to be strong, whether loading a boot, moving furniture, or wrestling an opponent. Strength should not just be muscular, but should bring with it denser bones, tougher connective tissue, and a powerful grip. Speed. Speed is the ability to move quickly from one point to another. This can be further broken down into movement speed, which includes acceleration, deceleration, lateral speed and linear speed, as well as direction changes, quickness or limb speed, and reflexes. Speed is a combination of rate of force production, explosiveness, along with efficient movement and neural drive. The goal here is to be able to run quickly when you need to, which could genuinely save your life. But this doesn't just mean running in a straight line, but also being able to weave and change direction. You should be fast in a variety of environments too, whether swimming or running uphill, or across uneven terrain. And that quickness should extend to smaller movements, whether throwing a punch, catching a ball, or ducking. Endurance. Endurance represents your ability to continue to express strength and speed for long duration. In a real-world setting, it's rare that you're ever required to perform a single feat of incredible strength. Far more often, you're required to exert that strength for a significant duration. Carrying heavy objects long distances is more useful than lifting extremely heavy objects a single time. Aerobic endurance is the ability to run, walk, or row long distances at sub-maximal exertion. This is the low-intensity, steady-state cardio you experience on a 10k run. This is linked to your anaerobic threshold, which is the top speed that you're capable of maintaining before being forced to switch to the next energy system. Anaerobic endurance. This is the ability to move at top speed for an extended period of time. This is best trained with sprints and high-intensity interval training. Strength endurance. This is the ability to exert strength for long periods of time, also called work capacity. Endurance adaptations are both systemic and peripheral. You can have greater endurance in specific limbs and movements than in others. Thus, a ready-for-anything approach to endurance should cover multiple different movement patterns. Agility. Agility is a combination of strength, speed and mobility, but combined with grace born from proprioception, balance and posture. This allows us to leap high into the air, balance along thin beams and contort our bodies in mid-air. So we must also train for that balance, that fine motor control and that coordination. We can do this with more ambitious calisthenics, gymnastic strength training, yoga and countless other protocols. Mobility is the ability to move through a full range of motion with ease and control. Mobility should not be confused with flexibility, whereas flexibility refers to your ability to force yourself into a position using external resistance. Mobility means getting into those positions using your own strength. Mobility and agility matter in everyday life because it prevents injury, giving us control in end ranges of motion, allowing us to save a bad landing or to right ourselves when we start to fall. And simply by gaining more range of motion and control in these positions, you'll be able to reduce tightness and discomfort. Cognitive function. Few people realise that they can train their brain just as they can train their body. Their habits and careers shape brain regions and the connections between them via neuroplasticity. Even fewer people make this training part of their routine. But training the mind is what would ultimately lead to the most tangible rewards for most of us. Being more focused, better at creative problem solving and more compelling as an orator would help you excel in your personal and professional life. And even in sports, like I said, the athlete who comes out on top is very often the one who's able to tap into their strength, speed and power under pressure, the one who can react quickly and effectively. Here are just some of the aspects of cognitive function that can be trained. Focus, determination and mental toughness, problem solving and creativity, neural processing, fluid intelligence, emotional intelligence, working memory. So that's just a starting point, just the tip of the iceberg in terms of what you can train. We can get far more granular and look at things like straight arm strength or even vision. But what about the interference effect? While this is a real concern to a point, the truth is that it's mainly a concern at the highest level at any one of these different areas. Most people can afford to get a little stronger and a little faster, a little more agile and a whole lot more focused. And at this level, we see that each of those components of fitness support and improve the others. Agility is enhanced by explosive strength. Strength is enhanced by endurance. Emotional intelligence is closely related to physical intelligence, and that helps us to better manage our own physiology. The question for those that want to perform optimally across the board is where that perfect balance lies, and this is going to be different for each of us. What formula could we devise to measure total cross-functional performance? Could we create a real-life power level? If you like the idea of training for much more than just strength or weight loss, then you'll probably enjoy my ebook and training program, Super Functional Training. I'll put a link to that in the description down below, and there's a discount on right now whilst we're all in lockdown. That goes into a lot of depth on how to train different aspects of your performance, both mind and body, and then provides a training program at the end to bring it all together. It's suitable for all levels and you don't need any equipment. There's a whole separate version for people who don't have access to weights and dumbbells and ropes to climb. Whatever the case, thanks a ton for watching this one. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. Thanks a ton for watching, and bye for now. So I hope you found this video useful and interesting, guys. If you did, then please leave a like and share it around. I'd love to know in the comments down below which areas of fitness you think I might have missed out on and what you've been training yourself. Oh yeah, and we made it to 200,000 subscribers, which is just insane and so awesome. Another 50,000 and I'll be a quarter of the way to 1 million, which is mind-boggling. So just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who supports the channel, who watches, who comments, who likes. I'm humbled by it, and I can't thank you enough, and I appreciate every single one of you. I'm sorry if I ever take a while to get back to a comment or miss one or an email. Unfortunately, there's just far too much to answer these days, which is not a complaint, it's fantastic. But I just want to say I read as much as I can, and I really appreciate all of it. You guys rock. So yeah, thank you, and see you next time. Bye for now.